Places like eBay, Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace are great places to start. You can find a wide variety of what amazing deals we can find. Alright, the packages have landed. This is always an exciting moment filled with anticipation and a bit of anxiety. You never quite know what you're going to get when you order used components online. It's a bit like a treasure hunt, but with the added risk of finding fool's gold. It's like Christmas morning, except we might find a lump of coal instead of presents. The thrill of unboxing is unparalleled, but there's always that nagging doubt in the back of your mind. Will these parts work? Are they in good condition, or have we just wasted our money on a bunch of electronic junk? Let's see what condition our used components are in. Each piece tells a story of its own, a history of usage and sometimes abuse. We have to be meticulous in our inspection, looking for any signs of wear and tear that could spell trouble down the line. First up, the Ryzen CPU. This little powerhouse is the brain of our operation. If it's in good shape, we're off to a great start. CPUs are generally robust, but you never know what kind of life they've had before landing on your table. Thankfully, it looks to be in good shape. No visible damage, no bent pins. This is a good sign. A well-maintained CPU can last for years, providing reliable performance for all your computing needs. No bent pins, that's a win. Next, the RX 580. This graphics card is crucial for any gaming or graphic-intensive tasks. A good GPU can make or break your experience, so let's hope this one is up to the task. It's a bit dusty, and one of the fans looks a little wobbly, but nothing some compressed air and a prayer can't fix. Dust is the enemy of electronics, but a good cleaning can often bring a component back to life. The wobbly fan is a concern, but it's something we can address. The RAM sticks are up next, and they look brand new. Score. RAM is one of those components that either works or it doesn't. There's not much middle ground. New-looking RAM is a great find, as it means we can expect it to perform well without any issues. The SSD seems fine too, with no visible damage. Finally, the power supply. The SSD is the heart of your storage system, and a good one can significantly speed up your computer. No visible damage is a good sign, but we'll need to test it to be sure. It's a bit older than we hoped, but hey, as long as it delivers the juice safely, we're good to go. The power supply is the unsung hero of any build. It doesn't get the glory, but without it, nothing works. An older unit can still be reliable, as long as it hasn't been pushed to its limits. Now, before we get ahead of ourselves, we need to test each component individually. This step is crucial. We don't want any surprises when we fire up this Frankensteinian creation for the first time. Each part needs to be tested to ensure it's working as expected. We don't want any surprises when we fire up this Frankensteinian creation for the first time. Building a PC from used parts is always a gamble, but with careful testing and a bit of luck, we can create something truly special. Let's get to work and see what this beast can do. Alright, time to get our hands dirty. Building a PC is an exciting journey, and it all starts with a clean and organized workspace. Before we dive into the assembly, it's crucial to ensure that our environment is free from dust and static. This not only protects our components, but also makes the process smoother and more enjoyable. So let's put on those latex gloves and get everything ready for the adventure ahead. Building a PC is like putting together a high-tech Lego set. Each piece has its place, and when everything comes together, it forms a powerful machine capable of incredible feats. The first step is to lay out all the components. This includes the motherboard, CPU, RAM, power supply, graphics card, and storage devices. By organizing these parts, we can easily access them when needed and ensure that nothing is missing. It can be intimidating at first, but trust me, it's easier than it looks. With a bit of patience and attention to detail, anyone can build their own PC. The key is to take it one step at a time and not rush the process. Enjoy the experience and take pride in each component you install. Remember, this is your creation, and every step brings you closer to a fully functional powerhouse. First, we install the CPU on the motherboard. The CPU, or Central Processing Unit, is the brain of the computer. It's responsible for executing instructions and processing data. When handling the CPU, be gentle and avoid touching the pins. Align the arrow on the CPU with the arrow on the socket and carefully place it in. Once it's in position, lock it down with the retention arm. Line up the arrow, gently place it in the socket, and lock it down. This step is crucial because a misaligned CPU can cause serious damage to both the processor and the motherboard. Take your time and double-check the alignment before securing it. Once the CPU is locked in place, we can move on to the next component. Next, we add the RAM sticks, making sure they click into place. RAM, or random access memory, is essential for multitasking and running applications smoothly. When installing RAM, ensure that the notches on the sticks align with the slots on the motherboard. Press down firmly until you hear a click, indicating that the RAM is securely in place. Properly installed RAM ensures that your system can handle multiple tasks efficiently. Then we install the motherboard into the case, followed by the power supply. The motherboard is the backbone of the PC, connecting all of the components and allowing them to communicate. Carefully place the motherboard into the case, aligning it with the standoffs. Secure it with screws to ensure it stays in place. Next, install the power supply, which provides the necessary power to all the components. Make sure it's securely mounted and all the cables are accessible. Now it's time for the heart of our gaming rig, the graphics card. The graphics card, or GPU, is responsible for rendering images and videos, making it a crucial component for gaming and graphic-intensive tasks. Before installing the GPU, ensure that the PCIe slot on the motherboard is free from any obstructions. Hold the GPU by its edges and carefully insert it into the slot. Once it's in place, secure it with screws to prevent any movement. We carefully slot it into the PCIe slot and secure it. The GPU is one of the most delicate components, so handle it with care. Double-check that it's properly seated and all connections are secure. A well-installed GPU ensures that your system can handle high-resolution graphics and deliver an immersive gaming experience. Next, we connect the SSD to the motherboard and find a cozy spot for it in the case. SSDs, or solid-state drives, are essential for fast data access and quick boot times. When installing an SSD, ensure that the connectors align with the ports on the motherboard. Secure the SSD in place either in a dedicated slot or using mounting brackets. Properly installed SSDs can significantly improve your system's performance and responsiveness. Now comes the tricky part. Cable management. Proper cable management not only improves airflow within the case, but also makes the build look clean and professional. Start by routing the cables through the designated channels and securing them with zip ties. Take your time to ensure that all cables are neatly organized and out of the way. This step may seem tedious, but it's worth the effort for a tidy and efficient build. Nobody wants a rat's nest of wires inside their PC. Tangled cables can obstruct airflow and make it difficult to troubleshoot issues in the future. By taking the time to manage the cables properly, we can avoid these problems and create a build that is both functional and aesthetically pleasing. Remember, a well-organized PC is easier to maintain and upgrade. We'll take our time, routing the cables neatly and using zip ties to keep everything organized. Zip ties are a great tool for bundling cables together and keeping them in place. Make sure to leave some slack in the cables to allow for future adjustments or upgrades. Once all the cables are managed, take a moment to admire your work. A clean and organized build not only looks great, but also performs better. Remember, a clean build is a happy build. A well-organized PC not only looks impressive, but also runs more efficiently. By taking the time to carefully assemble and manage the components, we've created a powerful machine that is ready to tackle any task. Whether you're gaming, editing videos, or simply browsing the web, your new PC will deliver top-notch performance. Enjoy the fruits of your labor and the satisfaction of building your own powerhouse from scratch. This is the moment of truth, everyone. We've assembled our used parts PC, and now it's time to see if it'll actually boot up. Let's hope for the best. Fingers crossed. We hit the power button, and fans start spinning. That's a good sign. The monitor flickers to life, and we're greeted by the BIOS screen. Success! We did it! We've successfully brought our used parts PC back from the dead. What a relief. But our work isn't done yet. We need to install the operating system and drivers to get everything running smoothly. Run stress tests to ensure stability and make sure all the components are playing nicely together. This is crucial. This is where patience is key. It can take some time. We might encounter some hiccups along the way, but that's all part of the fun. Stay positive.